Welcome back to Let's Play Tomb Raider. For my own sake, God forbid something goes wrong with this recording, we're gonna make a new save slot. This is it. We are going to pry this door open. We are completely stacked, literally as much as we can be. This is going to be a doozy. What's up, homies? The Cosm Ziggurat. Out of curiosity, is there a camp? Okay, there is a camp in this place. I like to see that. I like camps. They make me feel safe. Just nice little fire to sit next to. Well, I don't like that fire. How the hell? The hell am I still getting this for? Are there really people that still need EXP at this point? Oh my god, that is fire. Wow, I was gonna say, there's probably somewhere to climb here. As well as one of these bad boys. Up we go. Oh my god. Jesus. This is just a bad idea, Lara. She has impressive faith in this one axe. I'll give it to her. Another bell. Remember we saw one of these? Oh, come on. Thank you. This place is falling apart, though. I gotta wonder if some of Himiko's anger stems from the fact that maybe she thinks she's running out of time. I mean, how much time can you really, how long can you really keep people on this island for? You know?
Lara, watch out! Those bastards are heading your way.
Yeah, they are.
Everything we could to slow them down.
Thanks, Reyes. Get to the boat. If I'm not back...
We're not leaving without you. We'll be waiting.
Alright, I'm Team Reyes again, I guess. Oh! do I just keep going up? Yes, I do. Stop that, Himiko. Although, wait. Why would you do that? If you're controlling the storm, you're giving me a way through. No, you're not. Moment of respite. Alright. Let me just make sure, actually, is Lara gonna talk here? Probably not. I doubt it. Yeah. Okay. I am full on ammo. Keep going. Oh my gosh! Okay, this is fine! I was gonna say, I hope I can grab on there. It's hard to tell.
Oh, great queen! Through the trials, I have brought you the vessel. Pour forth and return to this mortal toil. Pour forth and be reborn. Pour forth and awaken.
I was gonna say, it's gonna get lost in the wind. Yeah, and we need to be a hell of a lot closer. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, I got caught. I didn't realize there were that many guys. How about we try one of these? It's armor piercing now, guys. Oh my god, why did it explode on contact? Wow, it put me forward because I killed them all. That almost feels dirty. Lara! Oh yeah, that isn't lucky at all. Did I just lose my axe? No. What the hell was that grenade that killed me? Oh damn, I don't feel bad for him. I could go for headshots, or I could just riddle these guys with lead like they deserve. Oh, gosh, I feel so bad for him. I'm not. Oh, I'm gaining XP, but I'm not. I just realized. Okay, I guess I can't go that way. Oh, they're dying to the Oni. Oh, God. Oh, that poor guy. This is a real bad idea. Quick. Shut up. God. Oh, I was gonna say, I thought I'd be fighting Oni now. I am fighting Oni now. It's the big guy who fell off the bridge. Remember when I said I wanted to fight him? Hi! Yeah, why? Yeah. Oh, he's got friends. Real? What the? Killed his friend. Ironically, I think the only thing I didn't use in that fight was the bow. I could search him for some bullets. Good. Very nice. I'm still fearful of more Oni. Let's go a few rounds, Matthias. Oh. This is a cutscene fight? Really? Yeah, okay, buddy. I played Bushido Blade when I was a kid. Really? You can't outmash me. Oh! This is awesome! This is awesome! Oh, that was really cool, actually.
Sal. Oh, Sam. Thank God. Laura. What's happening? I'm here. You're safe now. It's okay. It's okay. You saved me. I knew you would. I made you a promise. Let's get you home.
There's Lara! She's got Sam! She did it.
I think she's going to be okay.
What happened up there?
It's over. We can go now.
All right, let's get the hell out of here.
I've been so blind, so naive. For years, I resented my father, doubted him like the rest. But he was right about so much. I just wish I could tell him that now. There are so many mysteries that I once dismissed as mere stories, but the line between our myths and truth is fragile and blurry. I need to find answers. I must understand.
Okay, I was gonna say, I can't actually see what day it is because I got achievements.
Need anything? Don't really know what happened to you on that island. Judging from those wounds and that look in your eyes, I'm guessing I don't want to know. Anyway, we'll be home soon.
I'm not going home.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Let me start out by saying that I enjoyed that way, 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 way more than I ever thought I would. This is a game that I had kicked around the idea of playing through a few times, actually. It was actually set to become the next Let's Play and got kicked aside a few times. Most recently, it got kicked out in favor of Hotline Miami. Because it was always the type of game that I thought would make a really good blind playthrough. I play quite a few games blind on this channel, but I thought this game in particular would make a really, really, really solid blind playthrough. And I would certainly say it did. I mean, I really like the Tomb Raider games. I do. Even if I haven't played as many of them as I think I would have liked, or as I would like to, especially some of the older ones. But the way it kept me playing, I have not played through a game this quickly, whether it be playthrough for this channel or not, as quickly as I played through this game in a long, long, long time. I played through this game in about a week, maybe a little more than that, week and a half. And I think a lot of that is owed to the fact that it gave you what you wanted and then said, if you want to go a step further, we're going to help you do that. And that was through some of the ways, like the treasure maps and things like that. And otherwise, and I really personally enjoyed that. Like I said, if you go back to one of the earlier episodes in this playthrough, I forget which one, unfortunately, but I outright said I don't think I'm going to be collecting everything. I obviously collected everything. By the end of it, I did collect everything. And that was definitely not something that the game made me want to. And I don't think there's many other games that have ever made me want to do that. There are definitely some things that I would say weren't perfect. As if you watch the whole playthrough, I outright was basically calling the story as it happened, in particular to certain people dying. Like, to put it in perspective, I was not shocked by a single death in this game. Nor was I really shocked by the story. I mean, a lot of things were very on the nose in the way that there almost wasn't room for any blindsides. I mean, it was pretty obvious from minute one that Whitman was evil. It was pretty obvious when Grimm showed up in a random location that he was going to die shortly afterwards. I jumped the gun on Roth's death by about 30 seconds. Like, when it first went to that cutscene of them crashing out of the helicopter, I said, oh my god, he's dead. Like, I thought he was just going to be lying there dead. And, 30 seconds later, he was dead with an axe in his back. But gameplay-wise, I thought it was very interesting. Because, ironically, this was much closer to, an Uncharted game, in my opinion. I thought, ironically, the title of it kind of feels like an Artifact title. Kind of similar to, Resident Evil. Because in the sense that, we didn't really raid any tombs. I mean, we did, but they were extra. There was no tomb raiding that was really, integral to the plot. But I think the gameplay was good enough, especially in terms of combat. I mean, the combat in this game did feel very good. It just did. And that's a very difficult thing to attain. And I was legitimately impressed by how good a lot of the combat in this game felt. Occasionally, the way Laura would move around, Lara would occasionally, the way Lara would move around in the environment was a bit awkward. She would sometimes like latch onto things that she definitely, or just not latch onto things that it just felt very weird at times. But I think that's a relatively small thing. I also really liked the fact that, it didn't pull any punches, because you would think, like, I liked that development in terms of Lara's character, that, like, yeah, she's gonna have to kill people. Like, that, like, I was kind of glad, like, they gave us that first kill right at the beginning of the game, where, the guy we shot in the head. And I really liked that they didn't shy away from that, because it kind of just, because how could she not? God, Robin Atkins Downs, Robin Atkin Downs, voiced like 3 people in this game. I knew I heard Liam O'Brien as a Solari, and I think I'm glad that it didn't shy away from that, and I'm also glad too at how it started, that like I talked about it in a previous episode too, that like Lara is this very like green, in the sense that she doesn't have much experience with this sort of character, and that she's gonna have to adapt to this, and it's definitely out of her comfort zone. I really enjoyed that. Obviously there's a lot of this that wasn't realistic. I mean, even up to the first 10 minutes of the game, 5 even, Lara, when she fell off that thing, if she were to pull that rebar bar out of her that quickly, she'd be dead. She'd bleed out. And then too, she was trudging through like dirty water and stuff, like she'd be dead. She'd have some sort of infection. And obviously too, the amount of times we fall through things, through buildings, and she just kind of stands up, the only time she didn't like stand up after some sort of horrible accident was when they needed Roth to die. So I think it was different than what I expected when I said I'm going to play a Tomb Raider game. But I think that was a good thing, and I think it's what kept me coming back to it. Not because I don't like the old Tomb Raider games that I've played, but I just think this really sort of surprised me, because I didn't expect it to be this good. I did not expect myself to enjoy it this much. Because I'll be brutally honest, it's been a long time, and there's not very many games that actually get me to play through them this quickly. So I think it's a real testament to how much I enjoyed this. Even Pillars of Eternity, which I actually played about a year ago at this point. Oh my god, yeah, I played it right when the world first ended. Even Pillars of Eternity, I loved that game when I played through it. It still took me like a month to play through it, and I didn't even do everything. It's just, it's an accomplishment for a game to get me to spend this much time on it this quickly. And I really enjoyed it, and I think part of that is because I really like Lara Croft as a character. One of the original, if not the original, like leading women characters in video games. This is very nice. I like that they're doing this. Someone is named Laura. You know, like, I think, like, when I think of, like, you know, the first Tomb Raider came out in 96, think of Lara, who, you know, it was her, and then, ironically, in Resident Evil, you had Jill, but Jill was always kind of hampered by the fact that, her campaign is undoubtedly the easier one, to the point that in the Japanese version of the game, it was called the easy campaign. Like, it was called easy mode. And the fact that the voice acting and whatnot was so bad in that game that it kind of, you know, was hard to make an impact with that character. So Lara Croft was, like, really one of the first, if not the first, leading women in video games. And I think this is a really great look at her. I don't have any unfinished activities, guys. Like, wow. Jonah, I can view all these? Grim. I think one of my biggest complaints of the game, brutal honesty, might be... Look at Whitman, this son of a bitch. Might honestly be that there was so little development for these characters. I mean, legitimately. I mean, Grim's purpose was to die. Alex's purpose pretty much was to die. Oh. I mean, even Roth's purpose, to an extent, was to die. But, I mean, obviously Roth had more impact because you see him more in the story and he helps you more and everything else. And, this guy got his own picture, although it looks significantly different than the others, but Jesus. Innocent Lara? What? Oh. Oh, so this is like Lara at different stages of the game. That's actually kind of interesting. I like that. Oh, God, the prisoner. Yeah, I killed them all. Didn't we fight literally one of these in the whole game? Maybe two? Like, it feels like such a wasted unit. Like, enemy. I don't know. Himiko. Yeah, man, I mean, it's... That's the thing, it's funny, as much as I love concept art. Give me concept art, please. Yeah, I mean, and you look at this, like, this to me, like, I think this design is great. Like, just this character design in general. Like, I think it's rightfully simplistic. Like, I think it's simplistic in a way that makes you say, like, oh, yeah. Like, because the thing about Lara Croft is, like, especially, like, in some of the later games, and it's obviously, looking back on it, there's some questioning of it and everything else, and you know, some debate on how, helpful it might have actually been in terms of characterization of women, because, quite frankly, in some of the later games, Lara is wearing some, some interesting attire, especially relative to, her location. But, like, this to me is like they nailed this. Like, when I would think of Lara Croft, like, if I had to think of a more real world sort of depiction of her, which is obviously what they were going for, this is what I would think of. Like, you know, like boots, jeans, tank top, or some sort of shirt. There you go. Like, you know, and if she was in, like, the tropics or something, I guess she could wear shorts. But, like, this is what, like, I think most people, at least in my opinion, I know I would picture Lara Croft looking like. And I believe this is the one they actually went with. They said this is the final character study. So I guess these were some slight variations, because her hair looks a little different here and whatnot. But, yeah, I think they hit a home run with this design. Samantha. I really liked her design too. I mean, granted, we didn't see her a lot because she was always like stolen. Oh, I kind of like those boots though, those high boots. But I mean, Sam's design. I mean, really, that is one thing I will say. The design of the characters was pretty good. Like Roth's design was pretty good. Whitman, who cares? Ray is. Grim, I mean, kind of looks like I would expect him to. Endurance crew? Oh, this is just a... This is all of them. Who is this? I'm gonna assume, oh wow, Jonah was more screwed up, I guess, in certain variations of the game. But who is this? I have to imagine that's some sort of cut content. I guess there was supposed to be another character, like among the normal cast? Is she in this picture? That's Sam. Yeah, there she is. Wow, so there was just a whole ass character cut? Can I see anything about it here? No. That's a tough thing to do, I won't lie. As someone that has written, you know, treatments. Oh, this is Himiko. Oh, no, this is Hoshi. This is Himiko. As someone that has written treatments with multiple, like, cast members in that sort of sense, it's real hard to just remove a character. Unless maybe she died, like, immediately or something. But, like, it's real hard to just, like, yoink out a character, assuming they had some sort of role to play. So I imagine that was probably not very fun in the development stages if that was a removed character. You have to, like, I can tell you, you have to, like, really convince yourself that you need to get rid of this character. Because if you've already included them and, like, planned things around them being there, suddenly removing them gives you a lot of work to go back and do. So you gotta really convince yourself that it's gonna be better off without them there. I think really my only issue in terms of the combat with this game, which I did really like, was none of these guys actually felt all that strong. I mean, I know you might say, well, you died twice when you first fought him in, like, that Zerg rush. It's like, but, like, they, like, still died to headshots in, like, 2 shots. Like, some of the guys, the Solari, oh, the leaders, the Solari that were, like, all, like, thermal and they had the big masks on. It's a Kano outfit, I guess. That had the big masks on were, like, tougher, in my opinion. Like, let me see if I can find them. Like, these guys were straight up kinda tougher than, or maybe it was these guys? I don't know, they had, like, the black looking armor. Oh my god, no. Maybe it was these guys? I don't know, they had a mask on and, like, armor. I think it was these guys. Like, these guys, high-key, were kinda tougher than a lot of the Solari dudes, which is so weird to me. Oh my god. I really want to take a look at the Mountain Village again. I really enjoyed the Mountain Village as an area. It was super cool to me. Being, like, the first real area that you had to explore, I thought it was great. My real only complaint with the environments in this game is that they went for the sort of open world thing, which I can appreciate, but it didn't really feel open world because in some situations it was so difficult to run back through. Like, you would have to take zip lines and stuff like that, and I understand, like, they needed to have that stuff for the sake of where you were going in the story and whatnot. It's like, but man, it was real frustrating traversing back through certain areas in this game. That's another thing. Like, my only real complaints, like I said, are the story was way too predictable. That was really annoying. And a lot of the characters just didn't have enough progression. Which, granted, I guess that's not fair to me to say. The characters didn't have enough progression as themselves. You got a lot of progression from the different notes you were reading and blah blah, and we found all about Reyes' sister and Jonah's son, brother. No, Reyes' daughter and Jonah's brother. And, you know, and like Matthias and the, you know, and the scientist. Like, we got all this information in these relics, but we didn't actually get a ton for these characters as them, coming from them, you know? And so that was a little disappointing, but like, those are really the only thing. Like, I just can't even believe still to an extent how much I enjoyed this game. My goodness. I wish we could have spent more time at the Cliffside Village. It was cool. Shantytown. I mean, this art is gorgeous. I mean, this art is gorgeous. Oh my god, look at that picture. Jesus! I mean, I'm sorry for going silent, but I'm just, like, looking at this and enjoying it, man. Man, oh man. This was a fun game, man. This was a good one. I'm glad I took the time to play this one. I'm glad that I finally stopped finding other games to replace it in my slot. Man, oh man. But that is it. That is where... There is some downloadable content for this game, but it's all multiplayer. I'm not playing multiplayer. If you haven't played this game, I would sincerely recommend that you do. It is thoroughly enjoyable. It's, you know, if you found some of the other Tomb Raider games as maybe a little rigid or even maybe not as action-packed as you might hope for out of a game, this game definitely alleviates a lot of that. And, I mean, seeing an iconic game character kind of broken down in this way, obviously she's younger here, whatever, seeing, you know, I thought was really great. In general, I think Lara Croft, like I said, is sort of a legendary character. I think she's done a lot for gaming. You know, regardless of, I think people have their reasons to question certain things that have transpired over her games and maybe some of the ways she was marketed back in the day. I personally think Lara Croft has done a lot for gaming. And I think this game does justice to that, to the original character from '96. That really captivated a lot of people, that really showed people that, like, hey, you know, you're going to play as a girl for the whole game, and she's going to kick tons of ass. And I think that's awesome. Like I said, come in, play the game, let it help you out a little bit, find those nice bonuses, get those insights into the story. Just maybe don't, don't expect Citizen Kane in terms of in terms of story, even if you're not maybe gonna call it out like I did. But this was really, really good, and I thank you for coming along with me for the ride, and I will see you in the next Let's Play.